exhibit artists, upcoming artists, urban art, all sorts of styles. And Daniel will now explain a bit about what you're seeing here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here today. I will just have a short presentation of the artist. It cost a little bit to organize this and get this the way we want it. So the context of this story will be revealed to you today. So after I'm done telling you about the story, we'll have another session where we will be recording everything as well. So it has been said. And well, let me tell you a little bit about what happened. Holgo was a Hungarian Brazilian who found himself jobless in Brazil. Holgo decided to move to Budapest to stay with his uncle and look for a job. Later, when his uncle died, Holgo was declared as the only inheritor. So he inherited a lot of money and a bag with some cameras, actually, and unexposed negatives and films. With the money he went traveling and looking for a job, Holgo traveled along to a lot of cities, all through Europe, North and South America, and trying to find a job, basically. During all these trips, he was very inspired by everything he saw in the cities, mainly the cities, and started to take photos, obviously. Took a lot of pictures, and at the moment, he's gone to an unknown place in Brazil, and he left these photos behind that you're seeing here today. I met Holgo when I was when he was resuming his travels. His money went out, and the films and the roles were finished. He stayed a couple of months, actually half a year, in a room that I rented to him. And he told me he went through various locations for a job, but he couldn't find any. He's been in Berlin, in Brussels, in La Coruña, in London, in New York, and in Rio de Janeiro. Towards the second month living in my apartment, he had no more money to pay the rent, basically. But he kept hope, he kept his promises, as he was sure that everything would be okay. But a month extended in 2, 3, and all promises were broken. And it was very soon clear that neither a job or neither the rent would happen. So Holgo decided to go back to Brazil. And somebody basically could give him money for a ticket, and he left. But because he couldn't pay the rent, he decided to leave his camera and all his equipment with me. Also the negatives, everything. Basically, he left it with me as a deposit. Promising to come back and pay off the debts, I knew that the situation was really, really hopeless. I wanted him to take his belongings, and I insisted on it for him to bring it with him. But he wanted me to have it until he would pay back his debts and his dues. Probably he couldn't carry it, had no place to store it. I don't know. Not only I wouldn't receive any rent, I had to store his material as well. Basically, we made this agreement. If he wouldn't be back within a year, I could sell the camera and pay off his debt. If no news would arrive after 2 years, I could do whatever I want with the negatives as well. 2 years have passed. I was very curious. And when I checked the folder of all his negatives, I didn't know what I saw actually. At the beginning I imagined that I would find pictures of touristic views and very glamour photos of basically the locations that he ever visited. But when I saw the pictures, they didn't show any standard or call-out locations. They had no glamorification. They were only showing outskirts of cities where he had stayed. None of the typical locations, Paris, London, you can imagine, were displayed on them. Basically only Islamic burqas, shop mannequins, old couches, bankrupted businesses, graveyard. Any decline that you can think of in an urban setting was basically what he had captured. I thought it was very interesting. And, well, basically the pictures were revealing Holgo's experience as an immigrant. In all of them, it seemed he was trying to capture the texture of a city. And that's why we call this exposition urban texture. I sent all the negatives for scanning, and I got interested in seeing the rest. They were around 30 rolls of negatives. This exhibition shows the prints of Holgo's photos that I've chosen to show. The most interesting ones, obviously, of his line of work. And to this exhibition, I imagined to localize Holgo himself in Brazil through the help of a video that I posted on Facebook a couple of months ago. He was mentioned on the city of Nova Friburgo, which is a small city, small town in the state of Rio de Janeiro. About 100,000 inhabitants. So I took holidays to Rio and I visited the city and managed to find him. And I invited Holgo to come to the Netherlands, but didn't say that we were planning an exhibition as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, now honoring to you, now representing and introducing to you Holgo Vejam, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't expect this, eh? You like? Did you expect this? I told you we were going to surprise you. This is your work. Do you remember them?
Yeah. I wasn't really expecting this, so I don't know.
Well,
Not sure.
this is the surprise we had in mind for you.
Okay.
And look, we have some people here who were already interested in learning about you and about your work, obviously. So you're in the midst of this exhibition opening. I'm really happy, and we are really happy to have you here.
Okay, thank you.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Holgo Vejam. Holgo, we have some questions for you prepared, actually. Do you mind if we go through to get to know you a little bit? Because that would be nice as an entree, as your entree. Maybe some of the questions that I've prepared will also clarify what we've been doing, how to set it up, and also basically what these people are curious about. Would you like that? And do you want to drink something first of all? Are you okay? So do you like seeing the photos being printed and being exhibited?
Those pictures are not supposed to be in a gallery.
But do you like them?
Why did you do this?
Do you like the selection that was done?
Selection. What about it?
You like it? When you left, do you remember when you left? You left me a note telling me if you were not back within 2 years, I could do whatever I wanted with the pictures, even with the negative. I even got and kept the note. So this is to honor you and your work and our arrangements. How do you like it?
How much did you pay for this?
We have put an enormous amount of resources in this, but obviously because we were extremely happy and extremely inspired with what you left us with. What do you think about the quality of the prints?
What about it?
Well, do you like it?
I think I spent a lot of money on this.
Well, obviously you spent a lot of time producing these amazing photos, so how many countries did you go to?
I don't know. You know, I don't have a job, right?
Well, you know.
I thought you called me here to give me a job.
Well,
What am I supposed to do with this?
first of all the revenues that we will fetch with this are all going to you.
What is revenue?
All the money that we will make with this exhibition is going to you.
Who's going to buy this shit?
Well,
No,
have you seen how many people are already joining here?
like dirty places, poor people. Who's going to buy this? Are you going to buy this? See, she's not going to buy this. Are you going to buy this? Nobody's going to buy this. Look. It's a picture of a cat.
Well, what do you
People
buy?
don't want this on the wall. They want colorful things, happy things, not this depressing shit.
So you don't like the exhibition?
Look, even if you sell this, it's not enough. I'm still in fucking Brazil with no job. What am I going to do with all this?
Well, we found so many people that like your work. So let's try it.
Nobody's going to buy it.
Let's try it. Let's see what the people think of it and see if we can sell something. I'm going to make sure you sell some work, and then we can see if we how we feel about that.
I need a job.
How long did you invest in this exhibition? How many years did you?
I don't remember. June? I don't remember.
I think you've been out for 2.5 years making these photos.
I don't care.
What was the concept when you took those pictures?
I had no concept. I was looking for a job, traveling to I don't know how many places this is, and all I had was those cameras. That's why I did it. You know this concept bullshit. All I had from my uncle was those fucking cameras. That's my mistake. I made those pictures just by mistake. That's my concept. You know this artistic bullshit on me.
Did you never expect it? Did you never want to publish them?
Publish like this. Listen, I think the gallery was lies. It's full of elitists, pretentious bullshit. It's like, I have nothing to do with it. Like people creating this shit, selling this shit, like 500 euros for this. Buying shit while nobody's buying it. If it was for me, you can put a cheap poster on the wall on the street.
So you don't have anything in mind with these photos? make your work stand out.
Picture of a cat. Who's going to buy a picture of a cat? Are you going to buy a picture of a cat? There's not even a price here.
Oh, tell us, what are you doing back in Brazil?
When I go back,
What are you doing in Brazil at the moment?
I was looking for a job. And suddenly you come here and think, hey, I have a surprise for you. Hey, Holgo, I have a surprise for you. And I thought something for my future, like a job, like a house, not this art bullshit.
Well, we hope to have a nice, at least to have some nice exposure for your travels and for your efforts, because we believe it's a wonderful and a truly amazing concept that you have set up and set out.
I don't have a concept, I really believe it.
Well, here it is.
Ask him about this project.
Would you like to tell us a little bit more about your project? Or about what was in your mind when you make those photos? Tell us a little bit about that at least.
Like I said, I was walking around, trying to find a job, I had nothing. And then you call me here, I think, oh, you're going to give me a job, something for my future. And I get this. You know what my project is? I'm living, I'm fucking off, and these pictures, I don't care what you do, keep the money, stick them up your ass, okay?
Bye, Holgo.
Bye. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Holgo Vejam.